That's it. Okay. So I will start from here. I will probably just start from our site model. So first thing is about the menus in Revit. I think this is something you probably already familiar if you took other class. Architecture is a bunch of modeling tools. Structures relate to structure. You can create columns, beams. Steel is all related with architectural detail. We probably don't need to worry about the steel at all. System is building system, HVAC system, duct work, electric work, pipes. Insert basically give you the way you can make connection to external file like CAD, right? DWG, DXF, other options. Annotation means, for construction document, you can add dimensions, annotation to your drawing. Analyze allow you to do structural load. You can also do analyze with some energy simulation program. So it's pretty cool. Mixing and site. This is the one we're gonna talk more today. Right? Collaborate. This is something like Beam 360. If you want to push your model to cloud, you can sync your model. You can collaborate with other people in real time. Right? The views is basically control the 2D, 3D section, create new views, create reflected ceiling plan. It's all here. Manage is something related to like material library. You can do design options. You can manage the links. So it's, you can do faces as well. Add-on are the, I call this as a plugins. So if you install some additional tools, they will most likely show up here in add-ins. Rhino inside, this is something I'm just installed. You can actually run Grasshopper and Rhino inside Revit. So it's actually pretty cool. Assemble is another program you don't have to know. This is a plugin I installed. Modify basically is a menu. Whenever you have, for example, a meshing, if you add it in place, it will automatically jump you in to the modify sub menu. If you click cancel or finish, you will get out. Then you can see other menus. So the modify is really, based on what is the current editing mode, right? They will change based on the context. All right, I think that's all right. Pretty basic stuff about the menus. So let's talk really quick about our site and our model. So I will delete this old stuff so we can start from scratch. All right, so this is our site. Just to make the demo a little bit faster, I will just hide these surrounding buildings. To hide objects, you probably already know there is a button looks like a glasses, right? So if you click this thing, you can click the glass. You can hide the category. Oops, I shouldn't hide that one. I should hide the surrounding buildings. Just hide them. Okay. I also want to hide maybe this topography. All right, that's better. I don't really need to see these contour lines. Let me hide them. Okay, so this is pretty clean. I have this only in the topo surface, right? Then let's go ahead, create something for the project 3. So I will start probably with the building pad, right? So if you switch to level 1, you can see this is our site. You can also do this in the site view. Site view give you a better visibility for the surroundings. So here I want to create a building pad. The first thing I will do is meshing, right? I will click building pad. Keep in mind, the building pad need to associate with a level. So right now I'm in the level 1, the height is 0. So that means if I draw, right, let me draw a shape. So this shape will be elevated in that level 1 with 0. Right? Just make sure it's a closed shape. Then I will click OK. I'm done. Right. So now if I switch to the 3D view, you can actually see the building pad is right here. Right. If you click, you can see, hey, that's the level associated. This is offset value. This could be really important if you want to start something like underground, maybe negative 10 feet. You can hit apply. You can make this building, foundation as negative 10 feet right, below the ground, or maybe negative 30 if you want to do more stories underneath. That makes sense. So this is the way you kind of construct the foundation. I don't think I need that many levels down, so maybe only one, negative 10. All right, so this is my kind of boundary conditions, right? Then I will go ahead, create some massing model, represent different programs, right? The residential, commercial, and cultural. So to do that, you can create massing in place massing. When you do that, it will ask you, do you want to turn on the visibility? Yes, okay, for sure. You give a name, you can do massing 1, that's fine. Right. Then you can see the context changed, right? Right now you are in a create, modify menu, right? You don't have other menus show up anymore because you are inside the editing mode, right? So here I will go ahead, just create a simple box. So here I will, do that. And here you see the dimension. This is something you should, pay attention. If I want to create particular building program, this will be the footprint, right? For that program. Then I will create solid form. Oops, Control Z. Yeah, the reason is I should select the entire curve rather than just one edge, right? Make sure you select the entire curve. Then you create a solid. Here we go. And then here you can see the height, 30. You definitely can do, I don't know, 80. Right, so you can have this big program show up. Right? And as soon as you finish one, you can actually continue to do that. So for example, I want to have another. For quick, I just want to draw this quickly. Just make sure you, select this entire curve. You can also hit the tab key. This is pretty tricky. Tab. So you can switch your selection. Right? Make sure you select the whole thing. Now you can do solid. Right. So keep in mind you have two boxes in the same massing. Right. They all in the same massing 1. So you can adjust the height. If you like, you can also do other modifications. Just refer to my earlier tutorial. I covered something there. If you want to give color, you can do paint, right? This guy. So you can associate, let's see, a green. Maybe I want to have a green roof. Just a quick representation. I want to have some kind of solid surface here. I mean, we are not really talking about the material, just representation of your model. Okay. So, and then I will click finish. You're done. Okay. So this is a quick way you do the massing. So you get auto from the massing 1. If you do want to go back, you can always make selection, and then you can click edit in place. Then you're going back inside the massing 1. You can, continue to do modifications. You can, drag the edges. You can do all kinds of edit. All right, so I will finish massing. Here's a thing. If you have multiple program, you probably need multiple, boxes. You want to stack the boxes maybe in certain way, right? One on top of another one. In this case, you probably have to use move, right? So to do that, I will show you really quick. Since this is all come from the same massing, so that's not ideal. If you move, they both move together, right? So I probably want to create a separate boxes. So I will do another massing tool. Then I will, do the same thing. Draw a 2D footprint. Then make sure you select using the tab, modify, tab. Right? Then I will create a solid. So this is called massing tool, right? And finish. Right? So once I'm done, I'm able to move this around. So if you do the move, you can snap one to another, right? But there are some limitations for this type of massing. Is if you want to make this move, from the bottom to to the roof, for example, right? You can not really do that. It's actually doesn't snap in the right location. This is just because when this massing model is done, the reference plane is on the ground, right? So it's always snapped to the ground. So I'm thinking if you do want to make this on top of this building, there are a couple of ways you can do. Maybe one way you can do that is through the reference plan. So here I can show you. Right, when you I forgot how to set up the reference plan in the first place. I think it's in, let's see, massing. Right, let's just go ahead, create a new mass. Okay, mass 3, that's fine. So here, yes, before I draw the 2D shape, I can set a reference plan, or we call the work plan. Right, so if you set this, you can set a work plan on top of any existing massing model. So maybe on top of this green model, okay? So the reference plan now is set to the roof. Now, if I draw something, if I draw, let's say, a line, right? You can see the line is actually directly on top of the roof. See that? Okay. Using tab, select the whole thing. I think the visibility is a little bit hard to see. When you do the solid, you can see it's guaranteed this one gonna reference to the right height. Okay, and then you can finish, or you can move this around. Right? So when you move, you can see this guy is actually snapped. Maybe just finish massing, and then I can move. Right? It's definitely snapped, right, into the right height. So this is the accurate way if you want to move objects but not using the eyeball, right, to move. You can do this way to stacking them on top of each other. I think that might be other ways, might be easier in some situation. So here, if I hide this from the elevation, right, you can see this model is stacked on top. But for some reason, if you want to change the height, another way you can do is, I guess you can simply just drag this, these lines. So that changes the height. You can also move, right? This is not very accurate, but if you eyeball, I think you can do pretty close. Not a perfect job, but it's pretty close. So in a modify, I'm not sure the snapping gonna work. Yeah, it still works. That's nice. So in the elevation view, yeah, you can snap them. I can snap here, maybe to this, right? So that is pretty cool. You can stack them. You can change the height. And also you can always edit in place, right? then you can, do further editing. Cool. So let's switch back to the 3D view. I think this is a good start. Then I'm ready to, publish this model, right, into Autodesk viewer. But before I do it, I do want to turn on the visibility of meshing. So here's a quick way. If you use VV, just double click V, right? You can open the visibility and the graph override window. And this is the window you can actually see the visibility of my current meshing is on. I think by default, this is off. Okay, so if you hit apply, the meshing by default is off. So before you publish your model, you just need to make sure this is on. Otherwise, the Autodesk viewer will not be able to render this meshing. Okay, so just check override, make sure it's on. Then I'm able to publish, right? So let me save the file. I think it's still the old name. Yeah, that's okay. Then I'm going to Autodesk viewer. Right, so it's here, Autodesk viewer. I will go ahead, sign in, which is free. Just let you know. Right, so I signed in, and here I will go ahead upload my file. I think I can just simply drag it in. So that's in my Revit. Right. So this is the from the latest. This is the latest version. Just make sure I save it. Right. Save it. Then I will drag it in. You're done. No more files. Okay. So it will take about 1 minute to processing the Revit model. It's really fast. Basically, it has an engine to convert a BIM model into this web-friendly format. I really like this way because we don't have to worry about sections or different angles. As soon as you have the model there, you can share the link with me. I can review your work directly through the Autodesk viewer. All right, it's processing now. Any questions so far? It's pretty clear. 95%. All right, it's done. See, that's very fast. All right, so I should be able to see the entire Revit model now in this kind of browser-friendly interface. And I should be able to see my building. Color looks weird. It might be because of, the material I signed. I don't really need to see the surrounding building. So here, I will just simply go ahead, turn off the things I don't need. Do I need? Yeah. I don't think I need a DXF. Okay, so this is better, right? So you have a really clean version of your meshing model. You can look around you can easily see the relationship, right, between this massing. Even better, in the future, I will show you, you can do sections. You can, easily cut through your building. So that will give you a lot of freedom. In the future, when we look inside your building, we are able to, do the section. Okay, it's kind of the same as the section box. Right. Not worry about this for now. You can also, in the future, I will show you more. You can set up a view. You can set up paper space. You can, control the visibility of your model directly here. So in the massing, you should see the massing 1, 2, 3, right? This is the one I just created. To share this with me, you just need to go to share, right? This link, right? And then you copy this link and paste into your slide. So you should have five of